Good morning, official guests, ladies and gentlemen, staff and students. My name is Isabella Haby, and it is my honour to be your MC for the 2020 graduation ceremony. I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge our First Nations people by playing a special welcome to country message.
Walk together and learn in peace. I pay my respects to elders past and present. I thank the Creator who watches over this land. I thank the Creator who watches over this land on which we stand. I thank the Creator who watches over this land on which we are visitors. We are proud to follow in the footsteps of our ancestors who have gone before us. Niatni, Gabata, Wadawurrung. Thank you, and take care on Wadawurrung country.
The national anthem will now be sung by Eva Blackwood and Meg Marisset, and accompanying on the piano, Ms. Laura Moore. Could we all please stand for their performance?
Australians, oh let us rejoice, for we are young and free, with golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is good by sea, our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty
Please be seated. Without further ado, I would now like to invite Mr. Barron to the stage to present his speech to this year's graduating Year 6 students. Thank you, Mr. Barron.
Thank you, Mrs. Havey. What a wonderful welcome to country that was. And Meg and Eva, you were magnificent in your singing of the national anthem. So well done and thank you. Also, you may have heard the last song prior to the start of the ceremony today. That was actually a song that was composed by one of our very own Year 6 students, Finn Larkham Brooks, or Finny to the Max, as he's known, a very talented student. So thank you to all of the students who've performed or contributed so far. Congratulations and welcome to all of our Year 6 students here today. It's your graduating ceremony, a magnificent milestone for you in a year that's been really quite challenging. I'd like to extend a warm welcome to your family and friends who've joined us via live stream today. We're also joined in the Katzamata Centre by our Year 5 students. Given my speech is the first one of the morning, I thought it's necessary to introduce the elephant in the room, or not in the room, as circumstances would have it, and that this elephant goes by the name of COVID-19. And like so many other events this year, our graduation ceremony is different because of it. Our audience is watching us from the comfort of their classrooms, lounge rooms, cars, cafes, trains, and who knows where else. In fact, you might even be watching this many years from now on that old-fashioned technology that people used to have way back in 2020 called YouTube. This year, more than ever, I've seen the value of learning in a school like ours, an international baccalaureate school, a primary years program school, because at the heart of our program are essential elements that have served us very, very well. The first element being that of the learner profile, which consists of 10 attributes. PYP students are inquirers, they are knowledgeable, they are thinkers, communicators, they are principled, open-minded, caring, courageous, balanced, and reflective. And these attributes are explicitly taught in the junior school. In fact, our Year 6 students have been developing these attributes since they first joined us in kindergarten all those years ago. And boy, were they important this year. Another essential element of the PYP are the approaches to learning, and they include social skills, including leadership and skills of collaboration, thinking skills involving the solving of complex problems, research skills, communication skills, and self-management skills. What better way could you have been prepared for what has happened in 2020? And what better way can you be prepared for what comes next? This year, you've perhaps grown more than any other year of your schooling life. And these were the tools that you used to do so. These are the same tools that you will use to be successful in the future. You are prepared for anything that life can throw at you. And not just so that you can get by, but so that you can thrive and help others to thrive too. You are equipped with everything you need to go out into the world and make a difference for yourselves, for others, for the planet. Congratulations on a successful year and for reaching the end of your primary school journey. Good luck with your future endeavours, and I wish you all the best and the greatest of success. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Barron, for your thoughtful words. I would now like to invite Mr. Barron and Mrs. Lockhart to take their positions in readiness for the presentation of this year's graduating students. Could I also now invite Mrs. Lindorf to the lectern to present S6KL. Please welcome Mrs. Lindorf.
Freddie Norton. Freddie is my little, or not so little, Russian man. He loves to learn all about Russia and share his knowledge. Freddie has worked very hard all year and should be very proud of his achievements. His favourite part of the year was during remote learning, when he could choose whatever he wanted to wear, when to eat, to have sleep-ins, and not to have to wear his uniform. Freddie is leaving the Kardinia community, and I wish him all the very best in his move to his new school. Mitchell Warren. Mitchell is one of our performing arts leaders, and he is extremely proud to have held this position of leadership this year. He loved planning and hosting K-Factor with his partner in crime, Elliot. Mitchell says that he will miss a few things about the junior school, which include the playgrounds, but he will not miss the homework. Little does he know what's in store for him in the senior school. Good luck, Mitchell. Claire Jamison. Claire has many fond memories of her time in the junior school. She's really proud of the way she has increased her knowledge and understandings in mathematics, especially during the Maths Olympiad Challenge, and she would like to especially thank Mr. Peel for leading this and stretching her in her thinking. Claire loved our Canberra camp and thinks it was like one gigantic sleepover. Luckily for the teachers, everyone did sleep, Claire. Grace Holton. Grace's biggest highlight of her year is being elected as one of the Jam Jars leaders. She says being able to put a smile on younger students' faces was amazing. Grace always reaches for the stars in all that she does, whether that be her schoolwork, athletics, or spending time doing her favourite passion of cooking. One of the things Grace would like me to mention is all of the amazing, dedicated and intelligent teachers in the junior school who have helped mould her into who she is today. She says thank you. Riley Cantwell. Although this year hasn't allowed much of it, Riley is a high-level sailor who has represented Australia in multiple sailing regattas all over the world. This year he was meant to go to Thailand, Sri Lanka and Italy to compete, but sadly it was not to be. Riley loves spending time with his mates on the bus ride to Canberra, but really enjoyed exploring the many parts of Canberra that he had not been to before. Eddie O'Brien. When Eddie reflected on his final year in the junior school, he said he was very proud of his achievements, especially in mathematics. He fondly remembers our camp, exploring Canberra, spending time with his friends, and thinks the food was good. Not many might agree with you there, Eddie. Eddie said he will miss the amazing junior school teachers when he moves over to the senior school. Hugo Meehan. Starting at a new school can be challenging, but starting at a new school, just as remote learning started, would be even more challenging. But that's exactly what Hugo faced, and he did an amazing job adjusting and getting to know all about Kardinia and his classmates via many Zoom meetings. Hugo settled in when we returned to school and quickly found his feet and friendship group. Isabella Guinea. Isabella has many fond memories of her time in the junior school, and this year one of her favourites was having Cold Rock ice cream for the Times Table reward. She loved the experience of exhibition, and she's really proud of how much effort she put into it. Another of Isabella's highlights was filming the dance for today's graduation, which she hopes everyone will love. Jesse Pegg. Jesse believes one of his biggest achievements this year is the improvement in his timetable recall, and he thinks that being rewarded with Cold Rock ice cream added to this being his biggest highlight of the year. Jesse has enjoyed spending time with his mates and is pleased that he has survived the 2 lots of remote learning. We all do, Jesse. Christian Ballas. Christian was ecstatic to learn he was one of the Rage leaders for 2020. However, he is disappointed that he hasn't been able to do a lot of things due to COVID-19. He was very proud of his exhibition work and would like to thank the people involved who supported him while he was working on this at home. Christian's biggest highlight was when he could return to school to do his learning. Eden Dakovic. Although Eden attended camp with a broken wrist, she showed plenty of determination and didn't allow that to stop her having a great time and learning lots about Canberra. Eden has shown lots of persistence with her learning, especially with division and decimals, and she's very proud of her achievements in these areas. Eden is leaving Kardinia, and I wish her all the very best in the transition to her new school. Raphael Rush. Raphael is really proud that he survived the 2 remote learning times, as he reflected that he found it super hard and he couldn't wait to get back to school to do his learning. Raphael is proud of his achievements in mathematics and says that it's his favourite subject. Raphael is an excellent swimmer, and who knows, one day we may see him representing Australia at the Olympic Games. Rosemary Hagney. Rosemary is our resident joke teller and often has us in stitches when she shares them with the class. She has lots of things that she likes to do outside of school, and these include archery, playing the violin, playing netball, and horse riding. 4 great hobbies to have during this unusual year where we have had to stop doing so many things. One of her highlights during remote learning was helping the Performing Arts Committee to hold the mini talent show held over Zoom. Monty Bowman. Monty is another humorous class member who loves making his friends laugh. He enjoyed visiting somewhere new when on our Canberra camp and thought the War Memorial was a fantastic place to visit to learn lots about our history. Something I learnt recently about Monty is that he has proudly played hockey for Kardinia for 3 years. Patrick Mansfield. Patrick has many highlights of his final year in the junior school. He loves spending time with his friends on the bus ride to Canberra and pushing himself out of his comfort zone when rock climbing. Patrick loved the opportunity to be an inquirer during exhibition and is really proud of his new knowledge and understandings of the effects of ocean pollution. Jude Tannehill. Although Jude is not a badge wearer, he is definitely a leader in his own right. He has many talents and loves representing the college when playing hockey. Jude showed passion and empathy during exhibition when researching homelessness and enjoyed being able to present his information in the virtual gallery. Matilda Alexander. Matilda's highlight of the year was filming the music video for today's ceremony, as it meant she could get out of work for the afternoon. Matilda. In all seriousness, Matilda is really proud of her achievements, especially in the area of fractions and decimals. Matilda brought tears to my eyes when she said that she will miss me the most as I went above and beyond in this most unusual year of the global pandemic. Matilda, thank you. Elliot Thompson. Elliot has had an amazing year with both her schooling and with her passions. She spends time doing hockey, karate, drawing, singing, cooking, playing and listening to music. 2 of these have been rather huge for her this year. 1, being elected as one of the performing arts leaders, and 2, being chosen to be part of the academy for the state hockey team as one of the goalies. Good luck, Elliot. Olivia Fletcher. Olivia's favourite moment of 2020 was spending time with her friends on the camp, and she loved the nighttime activities of rock climbing. She is an active girl who likes to play netball, dance, as well as this, loves cheerleading. Olivia has been an enthusiastic participant in the Rage Committee and loved organising games, and given her passions and hobbies, this does not surprise me. Maggie Broadhead. Zooming into Miss Steele's classroom with Rosie to hold a talent show is one of Maggie's highlights of 2020. She said it was lots of fun and she loved watching the talents of the children. Maggie also highly rates our trip to Canberra and says visiting all the places was an awesome experience. She said she is going to miss all of the amazing teachers in the junior school. Darcy Phillips. Darcy has had a fabulous final year in the junior school, and he says reading the book and watching the movie Hugo were 2 of his biggest highlights. If I had have asked Darcy a few months ago about graduation, he would have said he didn't care too much for it. But now he is so glad that we've been able to celebrate this milestone in some form. He even surprised himself by loving making the music clip, even the dancing. Arabella Clark. Arabella's final year in the junior school has been an excellent one, both personally and academically. She has enjoyed the challenges of extension schoolwork and has regularly pushed herself beyond her comfort zone. Arabella was ecstatic to be elected as one of our junior school leaders, and she says it was an amazing privilege to hold that position. I wish Arabella all the best as she moves on to a new school next year. Eve Boris. One of Eve's reflections about herself is that she is a kind person, and that is an understatement. She is very kind and caring to all of her friends and peers. Completing her exhibition on her passion of animal welfare and doing such a fabulous job at it is something Eve is extremely proud of, especially seeing as it was during remote learning. Eve hopes that you all enjoy the music video, which she loved making. Amelia Vesti. Amelia is really happy that we could actually hold cross-country this year, and coming in second place was something she's really proud of. She was excited to be placed in a class with her 2 best friends and says they have grown stronger this year, often working together in groups and supporting each other. Amelia has lots of wonderful memories that she is taking with her about the junior school. Sam Henderson. Sam is unable to join us today. When I asked him what was something that I might not know about him, he said that he had travelled to 18 countries, and surprisingly today, he is currently in New Zealand watching this ceremony. I wish Sam all the very best for his journey in the senior school. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please join me in congratulating the sensational students of S6KL.
Thank you, Mrs. Lindorf and S6KL. I would now like to invite Mrs. McFarlane to the lectern to present the students of S6LM. Please welcome Mrs. McFarlane.
Ella Rossiter. Ella has the record of being the first ever Year 6 student to be taller than me at the start of the year. She is our learning group's quiet achiever and is most proud of her musical accomplishments. She lists the junior school productions of Rainmaker and The Lion King as highlights, and the only thing that topped these was receiving a music scholarship for the senior school. Congratulations, Ella. Aldo Halilovic. Aldo lives and breathes basketball, so it's no surprise to say that 2020 with very little sport has been a tough year. He's extremely proud of the improvement he has shown in the areas of maths and English, and this is largely due to his proactive approach to his learning by putting in extra time at home. A highlight for Aldo was the Canberra camp where he visited Parliament House and bumped into Scott Morrison in the corridor. Jay Trajanovsky. As well as being a Gotemba house leader, Jay is a very talented soccer player. A personal highlight for him this year was being selected in the under-13s NPL and attending a talent ID camp until you-know-what put a halt to everything. But Jay's positive outlook was not dampened, and he was an outstanding role model to his peers during the remote learning period, where he displayed commitment and an incredible work ethic, even after coming off second best to a magpie whilst riding his bike, resulting in not one but 2 broken arms. Meg Murasay. Meg was thrilled to be selected as the Gotemba house leader this year and led by example all the way at the cross country to the point of almost passing out. She's a talented soccer player, and her highlights include representing Victoria and being asked to play futsal for Australia. Meg loves pineapple on a pizza almost as much as she loved wearing her PJs during Zooms for remote learning. Aidan Tanaka. Aidan's increasing maturity has been extremely evident this year, and this was obvious during the PYP exhibition when he interviewed the education officer at Barwon Water with composure beyond his years. He has displayed persistence throughout the year to work on his understandings of many areas of maths. Aidan enjoys nippers, hockey and gaming, so he's certainly displaying a balanced approach to his activities outside of the classroom. Max Drake. While Max did not get an official leadership role this year, he is an outstanding leader and role model, and he personifies wisdom, respect and friendship every day. His highlights this year include the Year 6 Canberra camp because he loved learning about Parliament and finishing remote learning. Max was particularly proud of his exhibition Action, where he raised $1,225 for paediatric brain cancer. What a great cause. Max Hussey. Max is our resident superfish, and he just keeps swimming and swimming and swimming, with his career highlights impressively including representing Victoria at Nationals. He was thrilled to be selected as the Morongo house leader this year and has led by example all the way with his principled and caring approach. He's worked really hard to improve his speed and accuracy of his tables and is really proud of getting 61 in the 1-minute challenge. Sahira Smith. A more polite and thoughtful person would be hard to find. Sahira is caring and hardworking, always striving to do her best and always with a smile. She loved the Year 6 Canberra camp, with the AIS and War Memorial visits being highlights. Sahira is not a fan of camp food and never will be, but if she was allowed, she confesses that she would eat a tub of ice cream every day. Pepper Ruiz. Pepper's giggle is contagious and it is often heard across the room. She plays a lot. She plays guitar, she plays music and she plays soccer. Pepper was really proud of her achievements during her exhibition inquiry, where she interviewed some great experts in the field to deepen her understanding of gender equality in sport. One of her many highlights was learning the dance routines for graduation. Will Schlank. Will is our learning group's walking encyclopedia, always having something thoughtful to add or share about a huge range of discussion topics. One of his passions is basketball, so it's no surprise that he mentions visiting the AIS while on camp as a highlight. Here he gained an insight into the skill of Paralympians when he failed miserably at shooting a hoop from a wheelchair. Will hopes that the UN goals for sustainable development will one day be achieved. Lewis Goldstraw. Lewis is the resident nutty professor of 6LM, and his inquiry into supercooled liquids and how to delay the freezing process is testament to this. He has the most amazing vocabulary and can always be counted on to discuss the meaning of any words we might come across. Lewis also loves maths. His mind works like no other, and he often starts to tell me how he got his answer, but he usually loses me at, "That's not how I did it." Eva Blackwood. Quiet is not a word that generally springs to mind when thinking about Eva. She's the first one to admit that she talks way too much, and she loves to blast loud music in her room every night. Luckily for her neighbours, they are not too close. Eva is passionate about gender equality, and it's no surprise that this was the focus of her exhibition inquiry. It's also not a surprise that her hope for the world is that all genders are treated the same. Charlie Robertson. Charlie is loud, disruptive and obnoxious, said no one ever. But he is calm, quiet and caring. I may need to rethink the loud bit, as I have learned that Charlie is everyone's favourite neighbour. He's a drummer. Glad he's not my neighbour. His highlights since starting at Kardinia include a year at the Grove and the Year 6 Canberra camp, where he got to see lots of cool places. Alex Doris. Alex has had a great final year in the junior school and has displayed an increased maturity in his approach towards his learning. He lists his 2020 highlights as the bike ride around the lake at the Year 6 Canberra camp and having the fridge right next to him during remote learning. His passion, or obsession, for turtles led him to inquire into ocean pollution for exhibition, and he took some key action to inform people of the damage caused by plastic straws on ocean habitats. Beth Teggett. Beth's positive outlook, sense of humour and sunny smile brighten the room in an instant. She is our learning group's Energizer Bunny, who loves gymnastics, saxophone, bike riding, hiking, climbing and skiing. I'm exhausted just reading all of that. Never one to sit still, if Beth was missing in action during remote learning, she would usually be jetty jumping, trampolining, zip-lining across her backyard or eating the yummy snacks her dad had made. Nikhil Palmer. He might be quiet, but a more organised student would be hard to find. Nikhil has been an International Mindedness Committee leader, and he really enjoyed helping to organise some seesaw tasks for International Mindedness Week during remote learning. He loves travelling the world, and this year added Canberra to his list of places visited. He especially loved the rock climbing camp activity at camp. Nikhil leaves us next year, but he takes many amazing memories with him to his new school. Oliver Rostevsky. Oliver is extremely proud of his academic achievements this year, and this is largely due to the increased maturity he is displaying towards his learning. His highlights for 2020 include the Year 6 Canberra camp and his exhibition inquiry, where he won an online competition for a subscription to National Geographic for the school. Oliver lives and breathes soccer and was thrilled to be selected for the Geelong Under-12 Metro team and the Juventus Academy Australia. Emmy McFarlane. While Emmy might come across as being very quiet, she makes up for this in spades when laughing and having a great time with her friends. She's passionate about art and looks forward to her weekly art class with friends. They even kept this going over Zoom during remote learning. As Emmy leaves us next year, she leaves knowing that she has made some amazing friends at Kardinia. India Smith. India is one of our learning group's quiet achievers. She's most proud of the growth she has displayed in both her public speaking and her maths. And when she's not spending time drawing or creating digital art and animations, you might find her volunteering at an animal shelter where she gets to spend time with cute kangaroos. India is also moving on next year, and we wish her all the best at her new school. Stephanie Thompson. Stephanie is a quietly confident student who has worked consistently this year to achieve her goals. She's particularly proud of her exhibition inquiry and action for animal welfare, where she donated $100 of her birthday money to GIBBS. Steph's hope for the world is for an end to race inequality and the COVID pandemic. Scarlett Bone. Scarlett was honoured to be selected as the Thompson House leader this year, and she enjoyed helping at the lower primary ATHS and cheering on her team at cross country. A highlight for Scarlett was learning about rising sea levels during her exhibition inquiry, and when she's not campaigning for climate change, Scarlett enjoys spending time with her cat Brian, who we all got to know during remote learning, where he made daily appearances at our Zoom meetings. Zara Martin. If everyone smiled as much as this young lady, the world would be a much better place. Zara is a caring and hardworking student. She's a perfectionist and has been known to fix things that don't actually need fixing to make them even better. As a leader of the Student Action Committee, she really enjoyed working with the team, and even though they didn't get to do too much this year, she did a lot of planning and work together. And Zara really enjoyed the leaders' luncheons. Harry Julian. Harry is a glass half full kind of person who is open to and respects the viewpoints of others and always up for a laugh. His hobbies include gaming, dirt biking, and he also plays hockey for Kardinia. Harry lists the Canberra camp as one of his highlights this year because he saw so many amazing things in Canberra. And what 12-year-old wouldn't love 16 hours on a bus with all of their friends? Julian Dean. Julian enjoyed his role as the Jam Jars committee leader this year, and even through COVID-19, the committee managed to host activities for the lower primary students. The best part of 2020 for Julian was going to Canberra camp where he visited the AIS. So it's no surprise that he loves sport and lists skateboarding, karate, athletics, running and basketball as some of his favourites. He is proud of coming second in cross country this year. Jessica Stupart. Jessica claims she's a seasoned campaigner when it comes to remote learning, having completed 6 months of homeschooling prior to joining us at Kardinia at the beginning of semester 2. She loves judo, art and music, particularly the violin, which you will see soon. Her highlight for the semester was going to the ALS laboratory to test her water filter as part of the her exhibition inquiry into clean water. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, will you please join me in congratulating the amazing S6LM.
Thank you, Mrs. McFarlane and S6LM. I would now like to invite Mrs. Evans to the lectern to present the students of S6TE. Please welcome Mrs. Evans.
Daniel Anderson. Daniel has competently led the Student Action Committee this year, helping to raise awareness through fun activities. Daniel is a keen basketballer and looks forward to continuing playing at a high level in the future. He's excited about new experiences coming ahead in senior school. Ben Kambowski-Watts. Ben has been an essential member of the Planeteers, as he particularly has an interest in the new techniques of farming. Ben wants to be a successful farmer one day. He has enjoyed his years in junior school and looks forward to all the challenges ahead. Sage McCallum. Sage has been a wonderful leader of Cowie House. She's very proud of the effort she put into making Cowie successful, along with her contributions to the Jam Jars Committee. Sage hopes that she can travel more next year, as well as looking forward to moving to senior school with all her friends. Finn Larkin-Brooks. Finn has been a committed leader of the Techsperts. He has fulfilled this role with responsibility and has been a fine role model, helping all students, and me often. Finn is a budding DJ with his own website and merchandise. He hopes to one day play at the Ultra Music Festival and have his own record label. Finn is very proud of the graduation song and video that he co-filmed, edited and will present to us today. Matthew Jovic. Matthew is a respectful and hard-working member of our learning group. He enthusiastically approaches all tasks with vigour and loves to nut out problems, especially if they're mathematical in nature. He's been a committed Cowie House leader, and after visiting the AIS during camp in Canberra, he wishes that he'd had more opportunities to play basketball this year. Jimmy Gibbs. Jimmy is a committee member of the Techsperts. He balances his busy lifestyle by combining judo and basketball with a love for reading, family and friends. Jimmy is looking forward to senior school and hopes one day to be an NBA star or a lawyer, or maybe both. Gemma Mail. Gemma has been a happy and outgoing student. She likes to spend time with friends, chatting, working and sharing ideas. She was a member of the Performing Arts Committee. Gemma is really proud of the way her year has gone, even with the ups and downs of lockdown. Gemma is looking forward to the wonders of senior school. Kardinia Howard. Kardinia has been a very responsible member of the RAGE Committee, helping to organise and provide fun online games and activities for our younger students. Although not a great fan of remote learning, Kardinia is now ready to take on anything senior school throws at her as she realises her dream to be an astronomer and study the wonders of the galaxy. Zali Williamson. Zali has been very thankful for the opportunities that being the leader of the RAGE committee has provided for her. She worked tirelessly with her committee and her mentor. Zali is looking forward to new experiences next year as she works towards her dream of being a vet and writing fantasy stories. Zali enjoys riding and working with her young horse, AJ. Max Dowling. Max has had a great journey through junior school. He's made wonderful friends who he is committed to and cares for during learning and in play. He really enjoys playing football and mountain biking with friends. Max has been on the International Mindedness Committee, helping to raise awareness in our community. Good luck, Max, with your move and new chapter next year. Xander Milanovic. Xander has proudly worn the Junior School Leader badge this year. He has represented our college with courage and respect for everyone. His confidence as a public speaker has grown this year as he fulfilled his obligations as a leader. He's always ready to help with a smile. Xander has been very committed to his sports and hopes that next year he can play lots more soccer. Alicia White. Alicia has been the most responsible member of the Performing Arts Committee. She leaves junior school with fond memories of camp, exhibition, and many good friends, and dreams of a future in politics or as an influencer. She's very proud of her journey through junior school and wishes for a happy and successful time in senior school. Zach Finlay. Zach has been a committed leader of Thomson House. He is led by example as Thomson enjoyed a successful year. Zach is a keen go-kart racer and has travelled all around to compete, just recently winning the Tasmanian Kart Championship. He looks forward to being as courageous in senior school as he faces new experiences next year. Edie A. Bertie. Edie has been a committed leader of Morongo House, where she led by example, helping out with all sporting and house events. Edie has also represented our college very competitively in judo. Although this year has had its challenges, she still aspires to a future in fashion. She's made many good friends throughout her years in junior school and looks forward to making lots more next year. Sinead Whitty. Sinead is always cheerful and loves bringing joy to her friends and all those around her. She's ready to take on senior school next year and hopes to make lots more new friends as she strives for a successful move into the future. We look forward to seeing her on YouTube or with her own clothing business. Noah Thompson. Noah has been a member of the Planeteers this year, and his commitment during the PYP exhibition resulted in raising awareness of climate change to the wider community. He loves learning new things, especially if it has to do with computers and coding. We hope, Noah, that you will continue to work towards making our world a more sustainable place. Mamnoon Mahub Park. Manum has shown his commitment to caring for our planet with his responsible undertaking as leader of the Planeteers. This passion of his is a hope for the future where he can influence the sustainability of our environment and hopes to travel to Africa to see the wild animals. We need lots more young people like you, Mamnoon, to further look after our world. Ruby Kroger. Ruby has fulfilled her role as the leader of the Planeteers with responsibility and commitment. A highlight for Ruby was working from home on her PYP exhibition, developing her skills further for her move to senior school next year. Ruby has dreams to be an astronomer or an architect in the future. Sebastian Brondo. Although not a badge holder, Sebastian has shown many leadership qualities as a member of the Texperts Committee and in all aspects of his learning. He dreams of a world with no disease and so has hopes to pursue a career in medicine or law. Seb is looking forward to senior school with lots of new subjects to challenge him and many new friends to meet. Nathan Harris. Nathan was new to Kardinia this semester and has enjoyed meeting new friends and having fun with them. He has learned many new skills and is especially proud of the digital game he made for exhibition. Nathan is looking forward to senior school but hopes to enjoy a hot summer going to the beach first. Ben Smith. Ben has been a responsible and dedicated leader of the Techsperts this year. He displayed fine leadership skills and expertise when leading his committee and helping others, skills he will need to become a professional YouTuber. He loves footy and the North Melbourne Club and hopes for a successful year ahead for both his footy team and his move to senior school. He's very proud to have co-filmed and edited the graduation song and video that he will share with us today. Bree Patterson. Although not a badge-wearing leader, Bree has shown many leadership skills throughout her journey in junior school, especially as a responsible member of the Student Action Committee. She has learned to canter on a horse, read several book series, and looks forward to meeting new people and new teachers in senior school. Lucas Kelly. Lucas joined us in Term 4, settling in and enjoying new experiences and making new friends. He's looking forward to the move to senior school. Lucas loves playing cricket and hopes to represent Kardinia next year. He hopes one day to be a pilot for Qantas. And Zoe Sykes. Zoe's taken on many leadership roles this year, especially in her sporting activities, such as being accepted into the Victorian Hockey Academy. She hopes her positive attitude and dedication to improving her skills will take her far in this area. Zoe was also very proud of her commitment to the Maths Olympiad competition, which she won, and she will take on all the challenges of senior school with the same determination. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please join me in congratulating the fantastic students of 6TE.
Thank you, Mrs. Evans and S6TE. Thank you, Mrs. Lockhart and Mr. Barron. Please make your way back to your seats. Now we would like to present a video edited by Finn Larkin-Brooks and Ben Smith, featuring all the Year 6 students performing Don't Give Up on Me by Andy Grammer.
Yeah, I mean, where should I even really start? Corona, tearing our plans apart. We struggled and it seemed like nothing got in plan. Quarantine, we were sardines in a can.
Exhibition this year wasn't right. The lad was a monster like Frankenstein. I hope we ain't going back to him right now. All I can say is, what a year, wow.
Yeah, I mean, where should I even really start? Corona, tearing our plans apart. We struggled and it seemed like nothing got in plan. Quarantine, we were sardines in a can. Exhibition this year wasn't right. The lad was a monster like Frankenstein. I hope we ain't going back to him right now. All I can say is, what a year, wow.
'Cause I'm not giving up, I'm not giving up, no, not yet. Even when I'm down to my last breath, even when they say there's nothing left. So don't give up on, I'm not giving up, I'm not giving up, no, not me. Even when nobody else believes that I'm not going down that easily. So don't give up on me. Whoa, yeah, yeah, yeah. And yeah. I will fight for you. I always do until my heart is black and blue. I'm not giving up, I'm not giving up, no, not me. Even when nobody else believes that I'm not going down that easily. So don't give up on me.
I would now like to invite Mr. Barron to present a very special award, the Richard Marles Outstanding Leadership Award.
We have a very special award to be presented to a fine young Year 6 student today. This award is the Richard Marles Outstanding Leadership Award. The criteria for determining a suitable nominee was a student who's shown leadership amongst their peers by demonstrating courage, kindness and humility. The student selected has been a leader in every sense of the word. Throughout the year, this student has been an exemplary role model and has shown leadership characteristics and strengths in all facets of school life. I would like to congratulate the recipient of the Richard Marles Outstanding Leadership Award for 2020, Grace Holton.
Congratulations, Grace, on receiving this prestigious award. Please welcome Mrs. Lockhart to the lectern to address our graduates.
Year 6. It gives me such great delight to be standing in front of you today in person. To all of the family and friends who are viewing this graduation via streaming from your homes or workplaces, welcome. You may not be in here in person, but I can assure you that these wonderful students sitting here in front of me know that you are with them in heart, mind and soul, as you have been since they began their junior school journey. We know that this is a very special day for you too, and you should be so very proud of these young people and their achievements. Before I proceed, I want to acknowledge two very special groups of people. Firstly, the families of our Year 6 students. Thank you for all that you have done for your children, working side by side with them and our staff throughout this year. In this year, like no other, I know what great partners you have been in your children's education. I also know that you are very aware of what your child has been able to achieve despite the barriers and challenges placed in front of them this year. Thank you for choosing Kardinia and for entrusting us with your child's education. Second, to all our junior school teachers and staff, I cannot thank you enough for all the little extras you have given, time, care and feedback, and so much more to support Year 6 through their final year of junior school. Year 6. I know there may be some sadness for you in leaving behind the junior school, which has become so familiar to you. But you should also be joyful, because this year you have proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that you are ready for high school. I don't have to go any further for proof than to look at your incredible exhibition presentations. In a year when it would have been acceptable to not do as much as normally would be expected for your exhibition, instead, you rose to the occasion and produced a wide range of works that were outstanding. To achieve this, you needed to find ways to collaborate effectively using technology. You needed to show great independence in your research skills and organisation. You needed to be innovative and creative in the way you presented your work to reach your target audiences. And you had to be very resilient to overcome times when things didn't go quite as they were expected to. All these characteristics are exactly what you need to succeed in high school, and now you have them in abundance. The key is now to continue to use and build on these skills whenever the going gets tough or you doubt yourself, and to look back at 2020 and remember what you could do when you really put your mind to it. I wish each and every one of you all the very best in your future school journeys, and I look forward to seeing what your futures bring. Congratulations, Year 6.
Thank you, Mrs. Lockhart. We would now like to introduce an instrumental piece, Game of Thrones theme by Raman Javadi, performed by Ella Rossiter playing the flute and Jessica Stupart playing the violin. Thank you, Ella and Jessica, for your wonderful performance. Can you now please welcome our junior school leaders, Xander Milanovic and Arabella Clark, to the stage for their final official duty for 2020.
Welcome everyone. When Arabella and I sat down to reflect on the year that has been, many feelings were discussed. Determined, grateful, enthusiastic, optimistic, heavy, creative and inspired, just to name a few. We stopped and thought about the role our friends, teachers and parents have played this year, and we highlighted the fact that everyone within the junior school has shared so many leadership qualities in many ways. Authentic leaders, regardless of age, are trustworthy, open-minded people who are willing to help others and work as a team. This is what has been important to us in 2020. Throughout the year, we have learnt that being courageous and stepping outside of the comfort zone is another key attribute to what being a valued leader is all about. When speaking to some of our friends in Year 6, it was clear that our friends, teachers and parents helped us during the times of need. Listening to us, sharing ideas, celebrating our strengths and working together to reach our set goals is what leadership is all about.
Being a leader in 2020 has been an honour and a privilege. Representing the junior school in official events such as Remembrance Day, College Open Days and Anzac Day, just to name a few, have highlighted the fact that Kardinia International College is a place where all students, staff and the community can come together and unite as one. We could not have had an amazing year this year and those that have passed if not for our teachers from the early years to today, who have guided us in so many ways, academically, socially and emotionally. We thank you very much. To the Year 5 students and 2021 leaders-elect, we wish you all the very best in 2021 as you begin your journey in Year 6. Finally, we would like to acknowledge all the junior school staff and our families for their support and leadership skills. We have valued their wisdom and friendship and will be forever grateful for what you have done for us. Thank you.
Thank you, Arabella and Xander. I would now like to share with you something that we have never attempted for a graduation ceremony. Please sit back and enjoy our inaugural Year 6 music video dance number called Smile.
Yeah, I'm faithful. Scratch that, baby, I'm grateful. Gotta say it's really been a while, but now I got that smile. I'm so faithful. Scratch that, baby, I'm grateful. Now you see me shine from a mile. Finally got that smile. Every day, Groundhog Day, going through motions felt so fake. Not myself, not my best. Felt like I failed the test. But every tear has been a lesson. Rejection can be God's protection. Long, hard road to get that redemption, but no shortcuts to a blessing. Yeah, I'm faithful. Scratch that, baby, I'm grateful. Gotta say it's really been a while, but now I got that smile. I'm so faithful. Scratch that, baby, I'm grateful. Now you see me shine from a mile. Finally got that smile. I'm 2.0, remodeled. Used to be dull, now I sparkle. Had a piece of humble pie. That eagle trick saved my life. Now I got a smile like Lionel Richie. Big and bright, need shades just to see me. Trying to stay alive just like I'm the Bee Gees. I'm Mona Lisa masterpiece. Yeah, I'm faithful. Scratch that, baby, I'm grateful. Gotta say it's really been a while, but now I got that smile. I'm so faithful. Scratch that, baby, I'm grateful. Now you see me shine from a mile. Finally got that smile.
Congratulations, Year 6, and thank you to Mr Ian Nash-Gilchrist, who helped with the choreography and the filming. The college song will be sung by Elliot Thompson, Amelia Vesti and Grace Holton. Could everyone now please be upstanding for the college song?
Bridges to the future are what we plan to build. Reaching for tomorrow, not dwelling on the past. Hand in hand and side by side, we strive to do our best. Excellence in all we do, we don't settle for any less. Wisdom leads to respect, and respect leads to friendship with the world. Wisdom leads to respect, and respect leads to friendship with the world.
Thank you for being a part of our ceremony today. We look forward to continuing the celebrations tomorrow at the Year 6 Celebration Day. And now, I ask for the Year 6 students and the official party to turn and face the audience. And please join me in congratulating the Year 6 graduates for 2020.
Jerusalema ikhaya lami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana Jerusalema ikhaya lami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze zuhambe nami dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze zuhambe nami dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze zuhambe nami Jerusalema ikhaya lami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana Jerusalema ikhaya lami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze zuhambe nami Jerusalema ikhaya lami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana Jerusalema ikhaya lami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana dawo